Hello, people that know how's it doing today. I want to talk about something probably people will probably be getting a bit tick about, but it has to be addressed because it is the elephant in the room, and I suppose I have to really say something because there's too many people from other countries coming, immigrants, in other words, economic migrants, if you may use that too, and there are some of them are legit, and they are fleeing from war-torn countries, which is understandable. You don't want to obviously be killed and everything like that, but there is more well-off countries in the European Union and in around the world that could take in loads of refugees, as many as they want. But for a country that is in absolutely turmoil, because Ireland can't afford to even feed itself and to mind itself, to mind its own people that's in it. Like as you see 10,000 people homeless in the street and then taking in 500 refugees and put them into a asylum centre and waiting for them to buy a house and waiting for them to move out and there's nowhere to move out. It doesn't make much sense, and I'm sure people would get what I'm saying. It doesn't make much sense bringing them in and just leaving them in an asylum centre for the next 50 years or so. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense because there's no houses to buy, there's no houses to rent. Prices are through the roof. There's damn all things to be done in this country, to be honest. And the only thing they can do is live on the state, to be honest. The people that come in from other countries, they haven't got the money to buy a house or to move out or anything like that. So basically, they're nearly worse off than what the war. But in other words, there's way too many. Ireland can't cope. Our health service, look at our health service, people waiting hours and hours to be seen in A&E, and people lying on trolleys for days and days and days, and still, and not enough beds, not enough nurses, not enough doctors. I could go on and on and on, and putting more people into the country from other countries is not going to do any better. About the health service, and the same with the teaching too. Every person who comes in, they say they're from the Middle East. Let's just say they're from the Middle East, and they don't speak English. They don't speak Irish. Say if could speak Irish, I'd be very impressed. But you know what I mean. They have to have learning support in the West. That, but the school, they can't get teachers. They can't get teachers to teach only subjects. Then don't get teachers for language resources, I suppose you could say. And it's not like it being we should close the border. We should probably very much limit how many people are coming in. But not completely ban immigration. There's some people that are legit and now and can't just turn them away. There's some people that we have to. They have say 2 or 3, a woman that lost her whole family to her 2 sons in a war in Syria, and she came up and she's the last person left in her family. We can't just say to her, no, sorry, there's no room. Something like that, that's an understandable case because we have no other choice. But it's something that just comes over here from another country that just expects to land here and just stay here for the rest of their life. That shouldn't really not be tolerated, especially if there's no war torn. If it's a war torn country, then understandably, if they're fleeing war, then that's understandable. That's the only understandable thing I can really think of. Because at the moment the time Ireland's not fit, Ireland's not, and I might just say it straight, and I'm not being racist or anything like that. Believe me, I'm not being racist. I'm just saying, look at Ireland. Look at Ireland at the moment. Nobody's able to buy a house. Nobody's able to afford a rent for any house. Rents have gone absolutely skyrocketing across the country. In Dublin, you can't even get a house to save your life. 10,000 people lying in the street. Unbelievable amount of people on every waiting list in the country to see doctors and to see GPs, and it's absolutely it's over and beyond. And then put them in. There's no room in schools and no teachers. I could go on and on and on about the problems. There's just so much problems, and if you put more people in, if you take in people from other countries, that's going to increase the problems, because obviously they need education, and there's no language support. And someone that could be sick, they need they need to be put into they need seen with GPs and everything like that. And there's no GPs. It just boils down to Ireland can't cope. Ireland spending 1.3 billion a year on asylum centres, going by some of the articles I'm reading here. 1.3 billion or something, or 89 million, sorry, maybe it's 89 million or something, but it's an insane amount of money Ireland's spending on direct provision centres. It's not working out, and that's really simple. It's not working out. It'd be different if they could, say if everything was hot and dandy back in the Celtic Tiger, where there was houses going up every day of the week, and it was unbelievable amount of houses, and you could just walk in and the banks would give you as many loans as you want. that'll be fine. You could just walk into a house and there wouldn't be any problem. But it's difficult now because there's so many people on the street, and people that are in the country first and are native Irish, who are who lived here all their life, who grew up here, are more entitled to housing than anybody else. And everybody, people say everybody's equal. That's true, but people who lived in the state and was born in the state and fell in hard times should be the top priority of any government. And the Wexford Provision Set does, and as I said, that money could be put to fix the house over, so to better the house over a tiny bit. It's not that being racist, it's simple that, but it's just, I'm sure people would understand, anybody would understand that we can't take in the needs of the world, and the simple as that, we can't take in the needs of the world. We're not an economic superpower. We don't have unlimited resources. We don't have the resources in the first place. And if we did, we probably would try and help, but we're not back in before 2008 where we had unlimited money. We could literally just spend money as do further for years. We don't have that now. We don't have that luxury in this country. So that's really what I have to say, because the Wexford Provision Set does really hurt. It's hurting the economy because it's causing a lot of money to buy these properties first, buy all hotels and for the state and buy them on state land and the rest of that, and to feed them and everything like that. It's going through the roof, and it's really expensive. I'm sure many other countries wouldn't do that as well as we treat them in this country. But anyway, thank you for watching.